Welcome to Seeking God with Leah Klein, Health and Wholeness Coach. Today, my question for you is, are you struggling and trying to make things happen? Our verse, or partial verse, is from Zechariah 4:6. Not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, says the Lord of hosts. Which literally means the Lord of heavenly armies. Are you trying to make things happen in your life? Are you struggling and fighting, as it will, against where things are at in some area of your life? I know I find myself doing this where I want something to happen and am pushing for something to happen, and then nothing comes of it. Nothing actually happens. And I have to back up and go, am I trying to do this in my strength? Is this something that God has called me to do? For sure. Then He's going to provide the strength. He's going to be the force that causes things to happen, and it won't be a struggle. It won't be a massive uphill climb, shall we say. God doesn't call us to do His work in our own strength. He actually calls us to do His work in His strength and His Spirit, and strength is in us. But lots of times we don't connect to it very well, and we try to effort it and make things happen when it's not the right timing. It's not up to us. And I mean, an example of this could be that you have a family member that's not a believer, and you want to effort them across the line and have them believe God, have them believe Jesus, but it isn't happening. And that's because it's not about you. It's about God's Spirit moving in them. He's the one that makes things happen, not you. And if it's not His timing yet, it's like we're going up against a brick wall. It's not going to happen if it's not in divine right timing, because it's not about anything we do. It's all about what He does. We just plant seeds, and He is the one that actually causes it to be watered and bear fruit. And it's not just about us. So that's just one example of where I have seen a lot of people try to effort this. I haven't necessarily done this in this particular area personally, because I have family that have decided, that they don't want to, have anything to much to do with us. It's like, they acknowledge our existence on occasion, kind of thing. And it's like, okay, we try to keep channels open and just have to let go and leave it in God's hands, because we can't change them. We can't make things happen. So we have to rest in Him and know that He is sovereign and He is in control. And if He chooses to bring them, He most certainly can. It is not about somebody being, a hardened atheist not being able to come to God. God specializes in hardened atheists. So it's not about that. It's about they have to get to the point where God shows them that they have a need. Until they see that they are lost and they have a need, nothing will change. And God is the one that ultimately makes that happen. So ask God this week to show you where you're doing things that don't need doing and are not in sync with what He's doing and where He wants you to be at a given time. And do come to the class. There'll be details on the class posted in the group. It will be probably this coming Friday, and all the details will be in a separate video and postings and everything else. So you will find the information. It will be out here on the group. And I will also try to put it for our YouTubers in the description, the link for that event as well. But ask God to show you where you can stop struggling. You can stop fighting with His timing and just accept it for what it is and just be open to what He is doing. And I always encourage you, spend one-on-one time with God, quality time, where you're not being distracted by everything going on around you. And I will probably be talking about how to do that on the class. If you want more detail on that, join me on that class, and that will give you a lot of information and opportunities to go further with that and just go deeper with God in a meaningful way. That I just couldn't possibly describe just how much that has impacted me especially since 2018, when I started doing retreats, doing one-on-one times with God on a regular basis and just doing it consistently. It has changed my life. And so after doing it for even the first few months, I realized it was too good not to share. And so I encourage you to come to the class, learn more about that, and I look forward to seeing you there. And to wrap up our time today, let's do a lead on, O King Eternal, because we're waiting for His leading. It's not just about us, and not a hymn we hear as much lately, but we need it. We need it. There's power in those words. So if you know it, sing along. If not, feel free to just listen. Lead on, O King eternal, the day of March has come. Henceforth in fields of conquest, your tents will be our home. Through days of preparation, your grace has made us strong. And now, O King eternal, we lift our battle song. Lead on, O King eternal, till sin's fierce war shall cease, and holiness shall whisper the sweet amen of peace. For not with swords loud clashing, or rolls of stirring drums, with deeds of love and mercy, the heavenly kingdom comes. Lead on, O King eternal, we follow not with fears, where gladness breaks like morning, where'er your face grace appears. Your cross is lifted o'er us. We journey in its light. The crown awaits the conquest. Lead on, O God of might. Reminder that nothing is impossible for God. And when we do things with His power and strength back of us, we can be unstoppable. And I will see you on the class, and I will see you next week. See you then.